For decades, the world has operated under the premise that data is the new oil. This has led to a race to acquire and store more information than ever before. However, as author Chris Miller explains in his book, the true limitation we face isn't data, but the processing power of integrated circuits. This chapter will pull from that insight to explore the chip war, a geopolitical and economic battle for control of the world's most critical technology. Chapter 7. A fragile balance and a future unwritten. Does it feel like the world is more connected than ever, yet at the same time, more on the brink of conflict? The global chip industry is the perfect example of this paradox. For years, American companies downplayed their dependence on the Chinese market. But as Chinese firms, backed by state financing, became tools for geopolitical goals, the world began to take notice. In Australia, for example, experts recommended banning the Chinese company Huawei's 5G networks, a move that other countries like Japan and France soon followed. Huawei was a true tech giant, having caught up to global leaders in just 30 years and spending as much on research and development as Google. But the turning point came when it was discovered that Huawei had violated American sanctions on Iran. In 2020, the US used its immense influence monopoly on chip software, control over the key light sources for ASML's machines, and strong ties to fabrication plants in countries that depend on American protection to cut Huawei off from all advanced chips. This move crippled the company. But the story doesn't end there. The 2022 Chinese military exercises around Taiwan served as a stark reminder of how fragile this power balance is. China's response to the American restrictions was to invest even more in its own technology, supporting new architectures like RISC-V, a new architecture meant to weaken the American monopoly. This complex web of connections creates a high-stakes game. On one hand, it's a source of risk. On the other, it provides leverage. It is too expensive for China or the US to produce all their own cutting-edge chips. They rely on Taiwan's TSMC to get the most advanced technology, and this shared dependence is a key to maintaining the current balance of power. Here are a few things to consider for the future. Innovation is the only constant. Companies know that harnessing breakthroughs is the only way to survive. We will see more breakthroughs in the near future. For example, some researchers believe new tube-shaped transistors will replace the old 3D structures, and others think customized chips will surpass general-purpose ones. Know your leverage. The US used its unique position in chip software to take action against a competitor. Leverage isn't always military or economic. It can be technological. The future is uncertain. Moore's Law, which stated that the number of transistors would double every 2 years, has largely been correct. But the future of the industry is no longer just about making chips smaller. It's about geopolitics, trade wars, and the very structure of the global economy. We live in an exciting time where technology is shaping global power in ways we never imagined. So, what breakthroughs can we expect next, and how will they change our society? The only thing we know for sure is that the answers will be written in silicon.